What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Daily Walk with Lance, and this is where I take my morning Bible devotional and I record it and share it with you guys. I I come to the gym and I record this before I work out, and then I go work out and try to make myself healthier and a better person. Uh, I've been trying to cut back on swearing, things like that, trying to show the fruits of a changed person. But today, this is the Bible devotional for October 25th, 2025. We're in the book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 8 and 9. And this is literally God speaking to Joshua. This book of the law shall not depart from your mouth, but you shall meditate on it day and night, so that you may be careful to do according to all that is written in it. For then you will make your way prosper. For then you will make your way prosperous, and then you will achieve success. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified nor dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. And again, that is the book of Joshua, chapter 1, verses 8 and 9. And the greater context of this is right after Moses died. And Joshua, I believe, either Joshua was a servant or he was the son of one of Moses' servants. And God is basically passing the torch from Moses to Joshua. And this is what the Lord is saying to Joshua before Joshua goes before the rest of the Jewish people and proclaims to be not to be Moses, but to take the leadership position that Moses had. And so this is obviously God. What he's saying here is, instead of going out and boasting that you are the chosen person, take the book. And when it says the book of the law, book and law are capital. So we understand that to be like the early Bible, basically. The early commandments, the early, back when these people are actually still alive, and we don't have all the history that we have today. And when he says to meditate on it night and day, I think this is where he's drawing a line between what a prophet would be like and what a Pharisee would be like. A Pharisee is going to care more about the technicalities of the law and how they can use it for human power, when the law should be something that we just implement in our daily life without saying anything, if that makes sense. And when you are obedient in this way, it's promised Joshua prosperity. So he's saying, if you just act the way that Moses did, I will give you success. I will give you prosperity. And let's see, promise of success, and then call to be courageous. How many? I think it's 365 times the Bible says fear not. And being courageous is basically standing up in times when it's frowned upon to stand up for God. Not just for anything, but for God. And he's reminding us to make sure God, Yahweh, is at the foundation of everything that we do. That's why you meditate on it and you just implement it into your life, and you don't strike down others like a Pharisee would. And this is proof that God's way is better than man's way, because God's way is the meditating and implementing it in you, whereas man's way is like the Pharisees. And and it's saying at the very end that no matter how dark of a time you're in, no matter how sinful you've been, no matter how evil you've been, God is still there. And all he wants you to do is to look back to him. And while you feel alone, you're not. Trust me, I've been there. I've been in that spot where when my best friend died, I was angry with God because it was like he was a better person than me. Why am I here and he's gone? And I felt alone. And I didn't turn to God in that. I turned to myself, and I stayed in a funk until I ultimately turned back to God. And that's what's helped me come out of that funk. If you know me, you know the story I'm talking about. I'm not going to get into it on here. But always remember God's way is greater than man's way. Always. Always. Because you never know, that person that you think you've condemned might be one of the best people to bring to Jesus. And as much, as a man, that's hard to say, but that's what true courage is. It's taking the wild spirited and bringing them back to Jesus. That's courageous in my eyes. I don't know, maybe that's just me. But if this is the first time on one of my videos, no, I'm not a pastor. I'm not a leader. I don't claim to be. I am the average dude taking my Bible devotional. And since there isn't a whole lot of Jesus on the internet, I figured I'd put Jesus on the internet and share with other just average Christian men or women. This is how I do my daily walk. And that's why I named the channel Daily Walk with Lance, because it's literally my walk with Jesus, and I'm just sharing it with you guys. If you would, please drop me a follow, hit that like bell, and turn on notifications, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Well, maybe not tomorrow, because tomorrow's the Sabbath. I will be in church. You should be in church. I've gone back and forth on whether or not I'll record on Sundays, and I haven't fully decided that yet. So I'll let you guys know more, like once I make a final decision about whether or not I'm going to record on Sundays or not. I might do, like I said before, and record like maybe 2 videos on Saturday, and then just set up one of them to be technically released on Sunday. Alright, y'all, I'll catch y'all tomorrow. I'm gonna go work out. Peace.